I want you to understand one key piece of information that's going to make this possible. Look at this. All of your limiting beliefs can be seen as identification with specific definitions. Not good enough is just an idea, it's just a concept. But somewhere along the way, you've managed to wrap your identity, your sense of I am, around the definition of not good enough. And if you do some careful exploration of your psyche, you'll probably find that you've also identified yourself with some more ideas, some more definitions, some more concepts. Now, everyone has their own lived experience, and everyone has beliefs that come from a wide variety of possible experiences that lead them to conclude, I'm not good enough. For some people, it's, well, I learned that I'm not good enough when I was 5 years old and my dad yelled at me. Well, I learned I'm not good enough when I was 13 years old and my girlfriend broke up with me. Or I learned that I'm not good enough when I was 21 years old and I flunked out of college. Any experience can lead one to conclude, I'm not good enough. It's everyone's completely unique definition of what not good enough means, what it feels like in their body, and what it looks like in their mind that comprises their unique definition of I'm not good enough. So you've got this concept, not good enough, and you've wrapped your identity around it, and that's why it persists. You've identified with a concept. You've identified with the concept, I'm not good enough. And now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to disidentify with that concept and how to undefine that concept, that idea of not good enough, completely, so that it means nothing to you. It's not mapped on to any physical emotions or sensations in your body, and the belief structure itself will be completely discharged. You'll be free from it forever. The process I'm going to walk you through now is called the sovereign mind method. It's 3 very simple steps. We use spoken commands that make tangible shifts in our body of energy. You can use your mind to command energy within your field of awareness, and you can use your mind to dissolve belief structures that no longer serve or benefit you. And look, once upon a time, it may have been beneficial to believe I'm not good enough in order to stay safe, in order to create a sense of identity as a child, maybe even to create a sense of motivation. So you always run away from being not good enough in fear, and that propels you to seek success. But if we're honest with ourselves, these strategies to create safety, identity, and motivation, they aren't working very well. The belief I'm not good enough at this point is a toxin. It's not a benefit. It's not beneficial really in any imaginable way. And if you agree that it's outlived its useful purpose, then you are poised with a question now. Will you, through your free will, choose to let that belief go? Or will you choose to keep it? The choice is yours, always. Okay, so if you want to let it go, I'm here to help, and we'll walk through the process. You'll tangibly feel energy shifting in your body after you issue these commands out loud, and I invite you to just remain curious and open to what's possible. The first command is as follows. I undefine all definitions of being not good enough. And I invite you to say that out loud. I'll say it again. I undefine all definitions of being not good enough. Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, that's your body releasing the energy that you've bound up in your experiential definition of not good enough. All of the emotions, all of the sensations, all of the mental images tied to past experiences that to you defined the experience of being not good enough is now undefined. You did so simply through commanding energy within your field of awareness, and that command once again is I undefine all definitions of being not good enough. Sweet. Next command. I disidentify all identities of being not good enough. Once more. I disidentify all identities of being not good enough. So remember this page here? You have just disidentified. You have taken your sense of identity and unbound it, unwrapped it from the concept, the idea, the definition of not good enough. So now you can cross this out completely, and you've disconnected your sense of identity from it simply by issuing commands that create tangible shifts in your body of energy. Pretty cool, huh? This method operates at a completely different paradigm from everything that pre-existed it. It's fundamentally new. And that command, once again, is I disidentify all identities of being not good enough. Feels great. So now, forgiveness is really the central linchpin of this entire process. Yes, undefining, disidentifying is extremely important, extremely valuable, and will discharge the overwhelming majority of the energy out of your field of awareness. However, self-forgiveness has a very unique quality to it when you directly experience it. What you're doing here with this command is essentially surrendering all of the self-directed judgmental energies that you've produced over the course of your entire life that has been tied and bound up in this limited identity, this definition of being not good enough. So let's give you the tangible experience of how it feels to truly forgive yourself completely. I invite you to repeat after me. I forgive myself completely for believing I'm not good enough. Once more, that's I forgive myself completely for believing I'm not good enough. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, that's the power of self-forgiveness. So you've combined this really remarkable magical trifecta of undefining the definition of not good enough, disidentifying from it, and then forgiving yourself completely for believing in it in the first place. And now, out of sincere curiosity, is there any charge to the idea of I'm not good enough? You can try saying it out loud. I'm not good enough. Do you notice any feelings? Any sensations? Or is it completely neutral? Is it exactly the same thing as saying, I'm a toasty popcorn piece? Or I'm a penguin that dances like a bimble-bat? I'm not good enough. Executed correctly, this will immediately render the belief, I'm not good enough, as nonsensical, non-existent, illusory. You're completely free from it, and the effect is permanent. And what's also possible for many of you is that there's still some charge there. There's still some identification, still some emotional energy that's in resonance with the belief. In which case, 100% of the time, after facilitating literally hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs and creators to release exactly this belief, what I have found is this. If this process does not work the very first time, 100%, it's because there's a subconscious part of you that's holding on to it. And you can check this in your experience for yourself simply by asking, is there any part of me that isn't 100% ready and willing to let go of I'm not good enough? Notice that, yeah, there is. Wow. So what do I do about that? Oh, shit. Oh, I see why I couldn't let it go. There's a part of me that's actively gripping onto it subconsciously. Well, in every single case, what I would invite you to do is check the comment below, the very first comment, the pinned comment, and head on over to the Sovereign Mind Academy. I've got a free course for you that's called the Not Enough Delete button, and that's going to walk you through a process to do parts work with yourself to help that part feel 100% free, safe, and clear to let that belief go completely. And then the rest of the process will dissolve that belief out of existence, just like we have for, quite literally, once again, hundreds and thousands of other people. And what's miraculous is that for those of you who did just clear it completely, take a moment to reflect on this question. I always offer this as an integration question to clients after we do a session. What infinite possibilities exist now that I no longer believe I'm not good enough? You might take a journal and you might write that down. What infinite possibilities exist now that I'm free from the belief I'm not good enough? what's really beautiful, guys, is that you can use this method, you can use this approach of using commands that shift your body of energy to undefine the definitions and disidentify the identities and forgive yourself. You can use this on any limiting belief imaginable. I've got entire training programs where I help entrepreneurs identify their most severely constraining beliefs that are preventing them from experiencing the level of fulfillment and financial abundance and relationship, love, connection, vulnerability, depth, intimacy, and safety that they're truly seeking to experience. And I see really interesting things come up all the time. Everything from I have people-pleasing patterns to I'm the one who has to save and rescue everyone to it's not safe to feel my emotions. It's not safe to be seen. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Every single belief comes up in these training sessions, and we just dissolve them one after another, and people report miraculous results one after another. So if that's something that could potentially interest you, the real first step is to just continue practicing and playing with this method and see what kind of results are possible. And I invite you once again to come on down to the school community in the comments below, and we'll be thrilled to see and support you there. So thanks a lot, guys. Let me know if this is helpful, and I wish you the very best. Heaven yes. Godspeed.